Hi, I'm Wes, and I'm the founder of GrantLink, and I want to take a few minutes to talk through and show you a demo of what GrantLink does and how it can help your organization. Our focus and our goal is to allow you to be able to focus on your mission-minded work and not always have to be focusing so much time on your financial work. GrantLink sits on top of QuickBooks. It's not a replacement for your accounting. We want everything in QuickBooks to be your source of truth, but we sit on top of it to help you manage it, help you visualize it, help you report on it, and overall just make your life easier. So let's get started. This right here is your dashboard. It's going to be what you see when you come in. Things are pretty empty right here, nothing to really see. So let's actually get started with adding a grant into GrantLink. Let's say you've been awarded a grant. You have a grant document. The easiest way to do that is just to drag and drop your grant document into here, and it will automatically read your document, pull out all the appropriate information, and create the grant for you. You can always create it manually by doing the data entry yourself, but we're really trying to save you a lot of time and effort by doing it for you. So you can see our grants now in here. I've been awarded $35,000. Let's go in here and actually look at the details. We're going to just make a quick update to the period start and period end so you can see how easy this is. And then you could change cost sharing information and direct cost rates. Let's go ahead and change our reporting schedule to monthly as well. Let's save that before we forget. And you can see we store your documents for you. You can actually preview them here. You can also manage your funder. We create a funder for you automatically, and then you can also link to programs too. Report password, we can talk about that at another time, but you can just see everything that you need to. If your grant had budget lines, your budget lines would show up here, and you'll be able to allocate costs to specific budget lines in a grant. We'll not worry about that for this demo. You also get to see your reports here when they come up, and you can see your activity of all your team members across here. We support organization and team members, so you can invite multiple team members to come in and work on your grants. And expenses, this isn't just a one-person job, it can be a team job as well. So you get a really nice grant dashboard and overview that's specific to this grant. You can see how much budget you've been used remaining, a really good burn down chart that will show you if you're spending too much or too little, depending on how long your period is. You can record your fund receipts, and you'll also see all of your allocations coming in. Let's go ahead and activate this grant. And this is actually where the QuickBooks integration starts. So we will create a class or a customer for this grant in QuickBooks. It's dependent upon how you map your entities to your QuickBook entities. We want to work with how you are doing your accounting. We don't want to force a specific accounting methodology. If you use classes, we allow for that. If you use customers, we allow for that. So we want to make this super easy for you to use and work with your structure and not make you have to change everything. So let's go ahead and activate. And now we're activated. You can see it's updated in the status timeline, and we can start allocating costs to this grant. So to do that, you can come to your to-do. Your to-do page is a list of all of your unclassified transactions that you have in QuickBooks. You can filter by date range, vendor, or by amount. And so we'll see, we have a Hertz transaction that was about $2,000. Maybe we were renting a van for our organization and we wanted to expense that to the grant. You can just, that's as easy as saying classify and selecting the grant and hitting classify. Let's talk about split. You can also split it across multiple grants. And so if you had a fixed split, you can select your grant and do that. We are going to allow you to you can have multiple grants in here and split it across percentage or anything like that you might need to. And this can allow you to split classify your grants. But let's just do a single classification for now and choose to go to the community impact grant, and we'll hit classify. Okay, so we have some data or some allocations that are now allocated to our grant. It shows that we've used 9%. We can see our burn rate, and if we go in here, we can see all these progress reports showing up as well. So that's great. So that's your whole process. As your transactions are coming in and getting unclassified, you're allocating them to your grant and working through it that way. You can see here that you can manage your programs. If you have a program, you can have a program that has multiple grants associated with it, and you can see that progress across your program, not just your grant as well. And so we kind of bubble up all that data. And then same with funders. You can actually have multiple funders and see the grants that are all associated to that funder. If one funder has given you multiple grants, you can see how many are there and how much has been awarded to. You can see all of your allocations that have been allocated to a grant here. If you drop it down, you can see which grant it went to, and you can actually go see the transaction in QuickBooks too. And then the final thing is claims. Is if you've had an expense that happens and you need to actually claim that against a funder and invoice them to receive the funds, you can do that in here, and we will create the appropriate invoice in QuickBooks for you, all the appropriate line items and everything set up to go so that you can just send that invoice directly to that funder. One thing to note about allocations is when you do allocate an expense to a grant, we actually create all the appropriate QuickBook journal entries for you for the appropriate mapping and accounting in your system. We don't want you having to go in and create all these manual journal entries and deal with all that hassle. We want to do it for you, so we will handle everything in there. That's kind of it for the management side. Let's talk about the reporting side now. We have this new chat in here that allows you to ask for data and create ad hoc reports as you need. So you can say, tell me about my grants, and it will go and automatically get your information for you and show you what grants you have, one active grant, how much you're awarded, and it has all this data. From there, you could say, tell me about these 2 other grants, and you can actually compare your data against each other if you needed to, or create custom Excel reports that can be downloaded for those specific grants. If you only want it for 2 grants or 3 grants, but you have 5 or 7 grants in here, it's really limitless what you can do. The other thing that you can do is you can actually ask it to create a report for you. Create a report, for me. And what that's going to do is going to go out and get all the grant information again, and it's actually going to create an engaging, interactive report. Let's see, let's just do a summary and see what it does with that. So that'll give you a high-level overview of the grant for board or leadership. And then now you can see it's going off and creating that report, and we get a nice preview that's going to come over here. And we did have an upgrade issue, so we'll see if we have that, but you can actually see what a report looks like here. You have like 5 to 7 reports that you can use on a regular basis with the plan that you have, but it goes and gets all of your grant information. It shows all the data, and all of this is fully customized to your branding as well. We have settings in GrantLink that allows you to set your brand colors, your logos, and whenever we create this report for you, it's going to use all of that information. We want this to be super interactive and super engaging for your funders. And so this will actually be deployed to a real website that you can password protect, or you can just leave it open and send to your funders. We also support PDF download reports as well as Excel reports. So however you want to do your reporting, we can handle it. But we think this is an amazing, very interactive, engaging way for you to be able to show your progress reports to your funders. And you can also upload documents that show how well your program is doing and the impact that you're making. And if you add that information, we can add that to your report automatically for you. No longer do you have to create these custom reports and PDFs or anything like that. We will actually search images for you from some public image sources and add those images to your report. And any data that you provide us, we can automatically build a story around your report to show how effective you're being in your mission. So that's it for GrantLink. I hope you can see the power that this brings and that this could be a great fit for your organization. Please reach out, get in touch with us. Start your free trial today. You get a 30-day free trial on any of the plans, and please don't hesitate to contact us for any help. We'd love for you to give it a shot. Thank you.